Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Honkai Star Rail, a game that will be out insanely soon, and we're really excited to share that with you. This video is sponsored going forward, and you can download it in the link description below for free on Android and iOS and PC. I personally recommend PC because it runs so great. Also, there's going to be a super cool gift code HSRVER10XEDLFE. It'll be somewhere on the screen over there and in the pinned comment and in the description if you're wanting to take a look. So getting into this, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about the game ahead of time, give you a little idea of what's to come, and my quick recommendations on what you maybe will enjoy and how to kind of get ready for the start of this game. So the first thing I want to recommend, or I want to say, is that I don't play the game like a tier list. I don't play the game like numbers and crunching and stuff, especially since this is a PvE game. I think that is a lot less important. So let's just talk about some of the free units first. We've got a group of them on my team right now. You will get way more free units than this. One we'll talk about as well a little bit later. You have the main unit here, and again, I can't go into too much detail onto this because I don't want to spoil the story, but she is fantastic, or he, depending on which you choose. And I used her on my main account that I played previously. Again, that got wiped. This will be wiped too before release, and just a great all-around character that can do basically everything. Next up, we have March 7th, and fun fact, I believe April 26th is March 7th on the Chinese lunar calendar. Is that correct? I'll have to edit that out if it wasn't, but I believe it is, which makes the name of the character so awesome because that's when the game is released. She's really super cool. I actually benched her pretty quick. She has a bunch of barriers, and I just didn't find barrier to be as impactful as full heal. So I definitely put her on the bench really quick, but she is ultra adorable. We have Dan Heng as well. He is one of the ones I sat relatively early too, just because he's a dude, you know. There's so many cool characters. He got the little back burner. I never really tried him out after the start, but I imagine he's pretty good single target DPS. This is one of the other trial units, so this means you're going to be able to try her out in the story, but you won't actually get her. She is a 5-star, and I believe she's in one of the starter summons where you're guaranteed a 5-star from it. Himiko looks super fun as well. She does so much stuff like AoE fire damage. Again, you can get an idea of what people do by looking at the top right here. She's erudition, which means a bunch of multi-target damage. So this is going to be somebody that is especially strong in the early to mid game. From what I experienced, anybody that was AoE based was a lot better than my single target damage dealers I found. This one I'm not going to talk about. This was my random 4-star here, and I'm honestly not sure how she works, but I know she does lots of buffing and she's ultra adorable. Next up is actually one of my favorite units to use. Despite having summoned a ton of other things, she was absolutely amazing. She is Harmony. That means she's going to be buffing all of the units here. We've got one really cool thing here. Where is it here? This one here, Astral Blessing. Speed of all allies by 36 for 2 turns is massive. That's a huge speed boost, and you can just insert that straight in when your ultimate goes off, so you don't have to take a turn for it, and you can definitely change around the combat turn order really easily. She also has a pretty sick bounce skill, and that means they're going to target one target and then it'll bounce around randomly and hit all the enemies. And I found fire was really good to do a bunch of breaking. So I really liked her, and also because you get one of Asta for free, we have our Eidolons as well. So you can get one extra bounce on a skill. You can also just all of the stuff, right? Extra regeneration. losing 1 less charging stacks every turn. I really, really, really enjoyed this character. Another character I really enjoyed was Serval. Serval is free. She is a rock star, quite literally. And we've got a bunch of AoE on her as well. You can see erudition. That seems to be a theme here. And she has lightning damage, shocks enemies as well. Extends shock duration, and her blast, which is AoE here, extra stuff and all sorts of lightning damage and damage over time. I really, really, really liked Serval as well, and she was definitely on my team for quite a bit. As for other characters that are 4-star, there's one big one that you're going to get for free. That is Natasha. Natasha is a healer. You'll get her relatively early, so don't panic if you don't have a healer right off the bat. You can use March the 7th to kind of get some healing done until you get somebody else. And you also have this, so you'll be getting 4 stars as you do this. There were a bunch of other 4-star units, but I can't find a way to see them in game to show you. But you can pretty much use anybody from what I've found out. So if you find somebody you really enjoy, make sure you use them, because that is how this game should be. You also shouldn't be skipping the story because it's amazing. So if we actually take a look here at where is it here, additional rewards, we can see the characters. So this is the only way I can find we can see the characters. This is Welt. He is who I got on my summon, and then I summoned another one from him and had the Eidolon 1 of Welt, which is super cool. But Welt is Nihility, which means a bunch of debuffs. What does it say exactly here? Applies debuffs to reduce enemies' combat capacity. So this was a really insane combo with Asta for me, because Asta does a bunch of speed boosting, right? But then we have gravitational imprisonment, and we have Edge of the Void here, and this is going to do imaginary damage, and there's a 65% base chance to reduce the enemy's speed. So we have speed reduction, and then we had speed boost. So those two combined together with Natasha meant I felt invincible. I took so many turns, I got so many heals, everything was great. Do note this is also a bounce attack, so it hits a bunch of targets, so you can do a bunch of breaking with it. And his skill 1 just does imaginary damage as well, and his AoE was actually insane. It imprisoned the enemies, which also decreases their actions by 32% and speed by 10%. He was just an absolute insane monster for me with Asta. Maybe that's why I liked Asta so much. As for these other characters, I actually have not experienced these. And like I said, I'm not a tier list sort of person. There's plenty of other YouTubers out there that will give you tier lists in this PvE game. But we have Bronya here. Bronya is Harmony. I think I heard she was one of the better units, because just so many buffs here. Dispels debuffs too is incredibly, incredibly powerful. And we have attack of all allies and crit damage equal to a crit. So I imagine she's going to be an absolute monster. We have, who is this here? Gepard. I don't want to say too much about story stuff, but I didn't love him in the story. I mean, he was not bad. There's a bunch of freezing involved with him. There's no coincidence. There's a lot of freezing, you'll see. Also a huge shield equal to his defense. Any sort of barriers are also really, really good if they're powerful enough. We then have Clara. I absolutely loved Clara so very much, and it makes sense. She's a destruction character. She's somebody I would definitely have to try to get to. Tons of physical attack and all sorts of stuff, right? Oh, look at her. I think she's one of the ones I want the most. I don't know how good she is, but I'm really excited, and I loved her in the story. We then have Yanqing, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. Somebody let me know in the comments. And this is a Hunt. So Hunt is single target damage dealer right here. So just pure DPS. I'm not familiar with this one either, but single damage and activate Soul Seal. Soul Seal. What is Soul Seal Sync? When Soul Seal Sync is active, increases Yanqing's crit damage by an extra 30%. Cool. He's probably the one I want the least. Actually, I think I want Gepard the least, or maybe Welt, just because I already experienced Welt. And then we have Bayou. And Bayou is one of the only healers, if not the only other healer other than Natasha. I used one of these Bayou, I'm not sure. I used one of these as a friend support, and he or she or they carried absolutely amazingly. And I was very, 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 very happy having them on my team. There was just a ton of healing and a ton of everything from this person. And Abundance, you can see here, heals allies, restores HP to the team. So I just wanted to take a look at the characters, show you what's available at launch. Do note there's at least a dozen other 4-star characters, I believe, that are coming. And there are more 4-star characters that you will get for free along the way as well. So you have a ton of different choices. Golly gee, she looks great for this game when it comes out. And I can't wait to see what I get. I am literally so excited. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I just wanted to gush a little bit more about this game. And you can download it in the link description down there below for free on Android, iOS, or PC. I really recommend the PC version as well because it is just so flippin' smooth. So have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.